Hello. Hi. Hello. Hello. I was thinking about time, the fourth dimension. So apparently the fourth dimension is time, right? Or it's said to be time. People believe it to be time, however they explain what the fourth dimension is. Because, like, in the third dimension, yeah. So, is astral projection and lucid dreaming related to the fourth dimension? So what causes a dream is that every time you dream and have an out-of-body experience, you remember a dream, right? So every time you dream, you subconsciously, you visit subconscious projections of your memories, because, like, dreams are created by what you experience in life, right? You remember it, you dream of whatever you're doing in life, and however your brain creates a subconscious projection of it. So every time you dream and you experience time, you go through what's known as time. You spend 5 or 10 minutes to sit there, and you say that what happened to the 5 or 10 minutes is that you experienced it in real life for your brain to download it as a memory for you to use. And in that memory, every time you use the memory, it opens the doorway of the infinite possibilities of what you imagine. It's what it creates a dream. So every time you dream of, like, the most nonsensical, outrageous thing, but it's based on, like, it's based on a memory. Like, you go somewhere, something you were doing, but, like, things got weird in a dream. You just dreamt of, like, something weird, you know? So, every time you enter that dimension, it's sort of like a multiverse. Everything that exists in this universe can be seen as parallel to, like, give it an alternate universe, right? It's sort of like a dream. When you have a dream, you're visiting the what exists and can be created through your mind. So every time you have a dream, are you visiting another dimension? Is this, like, sort of the fourth dimension? Is it a spiritual dimension? Because dreams are non-physical experiences. However, they're entirely based for your mind, for your human consciousness. It's exploring human consciousness. It's you opening a doorway to the library or the vault that your subconscious creates, memories and imagination. So every time you access the vault or the library of your memories, of your imagination, it's exactly what creates a dream. It's exactly what how a dream is created. It's exactly what a dream is. You're visiting the non-physical world of what's being created by your imagination. So if you think of a dream and where were you in the dream, what you were doing, it's based on a memory, because, like, every time you dream, you're opening the doorway to the world of, like, your imagination. So is astral projection the fourth dimension, or anything higher than it? Because when you visit the non-physical realm of dreaming, and you have a lucid dream, you attain some sort of godhead in the dream. You attain lucidity in a dream, and you question, like, how does your human consciousness attain lucidity in this sort of non-physical spirit realm known as dreaming? When you experience it, that might just be it, but in terms of exploring human consciousness, like, why is there lucid dreaming? Because if you think deeply about it, you're in a lucid dream, your human consciousness wakes up into another dimension, right? And you do whatever in it or whatever. usually when you dream and you gain lucidity, you attain lucidity, you're bound to like your body, right? You can only control your body. You always end up being in a dream, and it's kind of hard to control the dream environment or where you were dreaming, the dream location or setting, right? Like it's sort of like hard to control it, is what I remember. So, hold on. So, is astral projection, is the astral plane the fourth dimension? So, like, what is the fourth dimension? As people say, it's time. And technically, when you dream, you're opening a portal way to your memories. You're opening a doorway to the subconscious vault of time and memories. Because like, what creates a memory? What creates a memory and what creates a dream is time, right? You experience 5 or 10 minutes. You go through a day, and what you would perceive as time. What happens to this time is that your brain downloads it as a memory for you to access, right? And that's what creates a dream. So technically dreams can be rooted to being created by time, because like, what do you go through because what exactly creates a memory is time. Because every time you go through time, right? Every time you go through time, you download what you're doing in that time as a memory, and therefore it's what creates thinking. It's what creates thought in the realm of thought. And so in the realm of imagination and thought, like technically, every time you sit there for 5 or 10 minutes and you label it as a digital measurement of what you'd say is time, then yeah. So every time you dream, are you opening a doorway to the fourth dimension, right? Because what are dreams are non-physical experiences. So dreams are non-physical, right? But deeply they're rooted to what you experience in your physical life. It's like accessing this doorway of like this almost an alternate universe of what you can dream of, right? So what does a dream consist of? Is your dream body, and how are you able to gain lucidity? Your human consciousness wakes up inside of dream one day, and you attain lucidity. You gain lucidity in the dream. So where exactly is your human consciousness? Because when you're visiting this non-physical realm created by almost time, because like time is memories are created by time, right? Dreams could be. You could say that dreams are created by time. Because the creation of the dream is that like you're visiting, you're experiencing what you perceive as time, right? Every time you go through time, you leave it in your brain as like a memory. So. So the fourth dimension, when people speak of the fourth dimension, they label it as time because like it's space-time. All there is the third dimension. There's the third dimension, right? And what's placed on the third dimension is time. Existence could be technically be seen as time because like the only thing that exists is you sit there for a while, and what happens for that while, what happens in the meantime is time, right? And your brain downloads it your brain downloads it as a memory for your subconscious to create imagination. So it's what creates a dream. So every time you create a dream or you visit a dream, you have a dream, what you dreamt of was created by time, right? So are you accessing the fourth dimension or anything higher, right? It's a non-physical experience. How would your human consciousness wake up one day in a dream after attaining lucidity? How would you wake up one day in a dream after attaining lucidity, and where does your human consciousness go? Where does it visit, right? It's like a psychedelic trip. It's like a psychedelic trip. Whenever you trip and you experience like visiting other dimensions or anything anybody would label as a spiritual experience, you're visiting an altered perception of time, right? So dreams could be labeled as psychedelic trips. They're hallucinogenic trips. Every time you dream, your brain releases DMT and melatonin and serotonin and stuff. They're very similar. They're very similar molecular structures. So every night you sleep, you pretty much could label it as a hallucinogenic trip. So what happens in a hallucinogenic trip is that you alter your brain physically. So every time you do a drug, your brain chemistry, right, is altered physically. You do the drug. What happens to your human consciousness is that you open a doorway to the subconscious vault, to the library of imagination, right? And in your library of memories, it's what creates the experience, what it is. So dreams in some weird way could be seen as DMT trips. Why does your brain naturally release DMT at night during a dream? So you can label it as a hallucinogenic trip. What happens in the dream is that like your brain creates alternate versions of your memories of your thoughts, right? In this realm of thought is dreaming, is what your brain creates. All these weird versions of a memory, and every time you dream, you're visiting like the creation of a memory, right? So it sort of goes to say that you can't think of something or somebody before you've seen them for your human brain to download as a memory. And what happens to the thinking is it enters the realm of thought, which creates a dream. So is dreaming an astral projection connected to the fourth dimension? So dreams could be, you could say dreams are rooted to being created by time, right? And what happens is you open the doorway and you access this what happens in time is a memory. You access this memory. Your human consciousness creates the realm of thought of where you dream to. So that's why you can see it as a hallucinogenic trip. So is astral projection the fourth dimension, right? Or anything higher? I think that it is, and I think dreams are more than just a dream. When people label dreaming as just like there's nothing more to the dream than like just a dream, right? I'd use a spiritual experience to open your perception up to anything beyond the physical. So what exactly is a dream is an example of a spiritual experience that what people would label